What are we playing to this time?
How about a game of MVP?
All right, let's do it.
2019 was an MLB season unlike any in history. There were a staggering 6,776 home runs hit throughout the whole season, a ridiculous 600 more than the next closest year, 2017. It was the year of the Juice Bowl. The American League saw the dominant force in Mike Trout take home his third MVP, hitting 45 home runs despite missing nearly 30 games, followed by young upcoming studs Alex Bregman and Marcus Semien. The NL also saw some ridiculous seasons as well. Reds third baseman Eugenio Suarez hit 49 home runs with a .930 OPS in a career season. Mets rookie slugger Pete Alonso broke the single-season rookie home run record, previously set by this guy named Aaron Judge in 2017. Robbed of an MVP, as Pete Alonso hit 53 home runs. Established studs like Freddie Freeman and Nolan Arenado also each saw career years in numerous categories, as Freeman racked up an OPS at .938 and Arenado at .962. Young stars Ketel Marte, Ronald Acuna Jr., and Juan Soto also continued emerging on the scene. Marte slugged .592 while also hitting .319. Acuna was 3 stolen bases away from the 5th 40-40 season in MLB history, and Soto enjoyed an on-base percentage above .400. The kick here is none of these guys even received a single MVP vote. National star third baseman Anthony Rendon, who led the league in RBIs, had the highest on-base percentage amongst any of these players at .412, and was the only one with an OPS above 1,000. He clearly separated himself and got a staggering 1 MVP vote. Since 2010, there have only been 22 non-DHs who had a higher OPS plus than Rendon did in 2019. 14 of those 22 won MVP, and 6 of those were runner-ups. Why was this? It was because of the electric 2019 NL MVP head-to-head battle that started in March and went all the way through September. The MVP race that took over baseball. One of the most back and forth and followed MVP races in recent history, featuring the young stud for the Dodgers, Cody Bellinger, and the reigning,
defending, undisputed
2018 NL MVP, Christian Yelich. Before we revisit this historic MVP race, let's go back to how we got there. Cody Bellinger entered the 2019 season on the quest to prove his value as one of the best young players in the game. At the young age of 21, the Dodgers brought up Bellinger, and he flat out dominated. He wrote 39 home runs and had one of the greatest rookie seasons in recent history. Unfortunately for him, it was slightly overshadowed by the Yankees star, Aaron Judge, who broke the rookie home run record that season, but Bellinger was also 4 years younger than Judge. He even hit his 40th home run in his 136th career game, making him the 3rd fastest player in MLB history to reach the feat. 2018, though, was a different story for Bellinger, as he dropped in nearly every statistical category. His OPS dropped by over 100 points, and even though it was not a horrible season in the slightest, it left fans questioning if Bellinger was still the player of the future. Still, Bellinger was entering his age 23 season in 2019, still entering his prime, and has lots to prove after his sophomore slowdowns. On the other hand, Christian Yelich was one of the primary stars in baseball entering 2019. From 2013 to 2017 with the Miami Marlins, Yelich proved he was a solid player. In 643 games from ages 21 to 25, Yelich hit .290 with an .800 OPS and .120 OPS plus. He proved he was a consistent contact bat who could steal some bags and get on base. He hit over 30 doubles in all of his full seasons with the Marlins, but the clear weak spot in his game was his power. He never hit over 21 home runs and never made an all-star team. He was a solid player at the top of the order, but not a star. At least he wasn't a star just yet. But Christian Yelich contributes his big change in his career from 2017 to 2018 to one of the greatest baseball players of all time, Barry Bonds. Yelich has gone on and said that Bonds would make him get backspin on his ball in BP, which would allow him to get more distance on the ball's hit. Yelich even went as far as stating in an interview with John Boy,
it was like opposite field, backspin missile, up the middle, backspin missile, pull side, backspin, like true pull side. And I was like, damn, like I've never really done that before. And if I had, it was pure luck accident.
Yelich was then part of the Marlins dumpster fire offseason, where they cleared house, thanks to the most overrated player in MLB history. I'm a Yankee fan, don't flame me. On January 25th, 2018, Yelich was traded to the Milwaukee Brewers for Lewis Brinson, Monty Harris, Isan Diaz, and Jordan Yamato. I'm wondering the same thing as you all.
Who the fuck is that guy? Who the fuck is that?
Yelich was then named to his first career All-Star game, as he hit .285 with 11 home runs and 36 RBIs in the first half of 2018. Yelich didn't even start in the All-Star game, but post-All-Star break, Christian Yelich exploded. He hit .400 in the month of July. In August, he hit 11 home runs, while hitting 6 home runs in a 6-day stretch. On August 29th, he even hit for the cycle, while collecting 6 hits in the process. In September, Yelich had an OPS above 1,300 and hit for the cycle again 19 days later against the same team, Cincinnati Reds. He was the 5th player to ever hit the cycle twice in the same season, and only player to ever do it against the same team. At the conclusion of the 2018 season, he took home the first batting title in Brewers history, and also led the league in slugging, OPS, OPS plus, and total bases, while also being 1 vote shy of a unanimous MVP. Entering the 2019 season, people clearly weren't fully sold on either Bellinger or Yelich. Cody Bellinger came in the season at 25-1 MVP odds, 13th in the NL, while the reigning MVP was only 18-1 at the 8th best odds. Yelich had the same odds as Eugenio Suarez. Let that sit. Neither of these guys wasted any time. Both Bellinger and Yelich each hit home runs on opening day, March 28th, and both finished March with 4 home runs, each hitting exactly 500. They were the only players in baseball, alongside Paul Goldschmidt, with 4 home runs at the end of the month. Christian Yelich became the 6th player in MLB history with a home run in his team's first 4 games. Both hitters stayed red hot through April, as they were the clear 2 early frontrunners for MVP. These two were playing on another level. They tied the Major League lead with each other with 14 home runs. Next closest was at 11. Yelich enjoyed a 3 home run game against the Cardinals on April 15th, as he only had 1 home run in his previous 12 games. He finished the month as a .353 hitter with over 1,200 OPS. Cody Bellinger was leading all of MLB in hits, runs, batting average, and slugging percentage. His .431 batting average was on a complete new level with his near 1,400 OPS. His 97 total bases, 37 RBIs, and 47 hits before May 1st were all MLB records, while his 32 runs scored and 14 home runs tied existing records. He also edged out Yelich by receiving Player of the Month. At the start of May, Bellinger was slight favorite for NL MVP at +250, then Yelich at +300, and no one else better than +900. Former MVP and Brewers teammate of Yelich, Ryan Braun, even stated, "I think everybody should take the time to appreciate it because what we're witnessing is greatness." During May, the two continued to battle in the home run race and MVP race, but it was Bellinger who continued to have the edge. He finished the month on a 12-game hitting streak into June. His .379 average was still far and away the best in the league, as he had Yelich in every hitting category besides home runs. Yelich had 21, leading the league, but his average took a major dent, as he hit .247 in May. Even in the month Yelich struggled, he had a near 1,000 OPS. Bellinger increased his MVP odds lead to about +200, edging Yelich at +500. Cody Bellinger was dominating baseball in a way we have never seen before. Christian Yelich was showing his first signs of a little vulnerability in over a year. Was this the slump on the way that he was going to fall out of the MVP race? Not at all. Yelich opened June with 8 multi-hit games in the first 10 days, while also roping 4 home runs. His average rose by 40 points and his on-base percentage by 30. In this same stretch, Bellinger dropped 20 points as he went 6 for 33 to start June. He quickly flipped that around though, as his very next game against the Chicago Cubs, Bellinger went 3 for 4 with 2 home runs. He finished the month hitting .272, but still slugging nearly 600. Yelich flipped the script, hitting .365 and slugging over 700, making the MVP race all the more interesting. He sat atop baseball with 30 home runs entering July. He was the first Brewer to ever hit 30 home runs before the All-Star break. Yelich had the slightest edge in slugging and home runs, but Bellinger still had him in average, on-base percentage, and WAR. Entering the All-Star break, the numbers were nearly identical. These guys even starred in the MLB commercial. It was the headline of baseball. Bellinger is now -15 in Vegas, as Yelich was not far behind at +155. These guys were stealing the show. Cody Bellinger led baseball with 72 runs, 73 RBIs, .338 batting average, and a .431 on-base percentage, while his 30 home runs, .687 slugging, and 1,118 OPS were all slightly behind Christian Yelich. Cody Bellinger also led the MLB with a 6.7 WAR. Yelich also had 21 stolen bases, while Cody Bellinger was one of the best defenders in baseball. They were both selected to the All-Star team and were nominated to start. Little did we know, this MVP race was far from over. From July 6th to August 1st, Christian Yelich went on a 19-game hit streak. It was another vintage month, as Yelich hit over .350 once again and held the home run lead at the end of the month with 36th. Even though Bellinger continued to slow down his outrageous contact, he still hit .265 on the month with a near 400 on base percentage. The numbers continued to mirror each other. Yelich continued churning away at the historic start Bellinger had. We were in the midst of a truly special battle between 2 historic seasons in an all-time offensive season. Yelich continued to barely hold on to the home run lead, as mentioned before, with 36 entering August to Bellinger's 35. Separated by 1 home run, 1 point in batting average, 6 on-base percentage points, 11 slugging percentage points, and 3 in weighted runs created plus, Baseball fans were locked into the historic battle that had been taking place all season between these two young stars. In August, Yelich continued his summer tear. After another 2-home run game on August 17th, he went without a homer in the final 12 games of the month, but once again finished the month above 300 and with an OPS above 900. Bellinger hit 8 home runs and regained the NL home run lead over Yelich, but his average once again dipped by over 20 points. Even with an extra 12 games under his belt, Cody Bellinger was barely holding off Christian Yelich. Yelich had the edge offensively, but the defensive analytics from Cody Bellinger gave him the slight edge. Fast forward to September 10th, which seemed like any other normal day. In Vegas, the MVP odds were nearing even for the two players. Yelich continued shining offensively as he was in the hunt to flirt with the NL Triple Crown, but bad luck struck Yelich as he fouled the ball off his kneecap, resulting in a fracture, ending his season prematurely. I'll leave it up to you guys to determine, but I felt Yelich was going to take home the MVP. Bellinger, though, finished the month pretty strong, hitting around 300 and helping lead the Dodgers to a 106-win season. Despite missing the last 20 games, many people, though, were vouching for Yelich to win MVP. He would be the 15th player to ever win back-to-back MVPs, and the case was valid. Since 2010, the only seasons with a higher OPS than Yelich, with a minimum 130 games, were Aaron Judge's 62 home run season in 2022 and Bryce Harper's ridiculous 2015 season. These two players took home 58 of 60 first-place votes in their dominating MVP seasons. Yelich also led baseball in slugging, on-base percentage, and OPS+, while also leading baseball in hard hit rate, while winning a second consecutive batting title. He also became the only player in MLB history to have consecutive seasons hitting .325 or better, with 35 or more home runs and 20 or more stolen bases. He was also the first player in over 100 years to lead the NL in batting average and slugging percentage back-to-back seasons. If Yelich played the full season, 60 home runs was not out of the realm of possibilities. In comparison, Cody Bellinger played 156 games and smacked 47 home runs with 115 RBIs, while hitting .305 with a 1035 OPS. He led baseball in total bases, and his 9 WAR was the highest in the NL by over 1. He also won a Gold Glove and proved he was one of the best defenders in the game, playing all across the outfield and even first base. It was the age of the outfielder, as the MLB All-First Team featured Cody Bellinger, Christian Yelich, and Mike Trout, the 3 best players in baseball during the 2019 season. In the end, it was Cody Bellinger who edged out Christian Yelich, as he received 19 first-place votes to Christian Yelich's 10. It was a phenomenal achievement for the young Bellinger, as he cemented himself in baseball greatness, right next to Christian Yelich. From here, one would expect their careers to continue to project into greatness, but they both found similar struggles. In 2020, both players saw lows in nearly every statistic. They both were on a 30 home run pace during the COVID season, but their averages dipped by nearly 200 combined points. 2021 and 2022 were similar, as Yelich was a pretty average hitter, but Bellinger put up OPS pluses at 44 and 80. Bellinger was nearly out of the league. Everyone searched for answers and if these players would ever return to star form. But thank goodness, this season, in 2023, Bellinger is at OPS above 900 and Yelich at 844, currently being his best since 2019. They both made their second All-Star team in 2019, dipped from 2020 to 2022, played for 2 different teams, have an MVP, heck, they even both have 16 home runs when I'm recording this video. But they both came back strong in 2023. There you guys have it, my personal favorite MVP race of my lifetime, the 2019 MVP race. I've just always really liked Christian Yelich and Cody Bellinger. Personally, if you can't really tell, I've just always liked Yelich a little more. Nothing personal against Bellinger, but just the style of hitter Yelich is and just how he's able to turn his game around and never really saying much. Just always a guy I've liked and wanted to root for, and just baseball wasn't the same with these guys really down in 2020, 21, 22, and I'm just really happy that they're back. And even Bellinger, new place with Chicago heating up last couple weeks. Just been really good for baseball. And like I said, I just love seeing guys like Yelich succeed. Just come back really out of nowhere. No one expected this when Miami moved him. So, guys, let me know what you guys want to see in the next video. Like, follow, comment for more. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok for more different content. And until next time, keep stirring that pot, ladies and gentlemen. Have a great day.